How do I know if pain therapy actually works? Sounds simple? Well, for acute pain, yes. But for chronic pain, it's a little bit more complicated. Stay tuned and you'll know why. This is Gideon from Step Into Life Despite Pain Together. I'm a psychotherapist specialized in working with pain patients, and I'm a pain patient myself. So I know the story from both sides. When the question I just mentioned rolled in, I thought, oh Gideon, this is going to be simple. But actually, if you really think about it, no, it's not. Because what does it mean if pain therapy works? Okay, let me get a little personal in the beginning, because you gotta know that I'm one of those nerds who love stories like Game of Thrones or Stranger Things or like The Magicians or something like this. So besides diving into those beautiful and most marvelous worlds that people's minds create there, they always have some simple solutions for very complex problems. Wouldn't it be nice to have simple solutions in pain therapy also? When we talk about acute pain, there's no doubt about it. It's all about reducing the pain that comes from a structural damage like a broken bone, a slipped disc, or whatever. But it's getting a little bit more complicated with the chronic pain, because often enough you don't even find a structural damage that caused the whole thing. And terribly enough, what I already mentioned in one of my videos, you can see up here, is that chronic pain is often treated like acute pain still today, even though we know so much better. So if you're interested in further information, just subscribe down here to my channel and you'll be informed to get all the new videos. You might think of your brain as a big learning machine, and it's learning no matter what. And it's learning best in the presence of strong emotions or physical symptoms. So no wonder pain and everything that's associated with it gets learned so well. It's not only the pain, but it's also the activity connected to pain, the emotions that go along, the thoughts that go along, and everything. Your brain remembers, and all this can serve as a trigger for feeling pain later on in the long run. Since pain is an alarm signal, we're absolutely wired to automatically think there must be a structural problem behind it. Sometimes it is, but in most cases of chronic pain, it isn't. But our brain gets on high alert because there might be something wrong in the body, and even if it isn't, it's still on high alert. So what does it mean for pain therapy? First of all, it means that you have to treat chronic pain differently than acute pain. Here comes the bad news. As far as we know from science today, we're not really good in treating the symptoms of chronic pain today. Doesn't sound new? Maybe that's something you experience? Yeah, because just killing the pain that's in our body doesn't really work if you want to keep up a life that's worth living. While we can choose which sensations, which emotions or thoughts show up in us, we can choose how we react to them. And this is really, really good, because this way we do have control how we can deal with things like pain, for example. Normally all this works on autopilot, and we react automatically towards the pain. But as soon as we notice what's going on, we can change that. This is under your control. Why do we act so automatically towards the pain? Well, this is all wired in our brains for acute pain, because our brain thinks, oh, there's something wrong with the body. And as we know by now, in most cases, there's no structural damage. But still, because we are hardwired to react that way, we'll do that. So one of my jobs as a pain patient is to tell the brain that it doesn't have to be on high alert. We can soothe our brains. And we can do so, for example, by using the breath. And this way, we get out a little bit more out of the tension. We're a little bit more relaxed. We're maybe a little bit less irritated when we do that. And if we do this more often, we get a little bit more distance to the pain, and it will be easier to deal with it. This is one example we use in Step Into Life. We call it noticing and pushing the pause button. Then you can learn to approach the pain differently, accepting it, and at the same time giving safe signals to your brain. So your brain will understand that there is no actual threat in the moment. Yes, I know that the sensation of pain can be devastating. But even if it feels really, really bad, in most cases, it isn't dangerous. And that's something very important to learn for our brains. So why acceptance? That sounds weird, doesn't it? Well, actually, it's pretty easy. Fighting the pain will bring it to the center of your attention. And furthermore, the pain you feel will trigger the stress system, and you will tense up more and more. The more you fight the pain, the more it will stick with you. Yes, my friend, that's the truth about chronic pain and fighting chronic pain. The more you want to get away, the more it will stick with you. And what's the bad thing about it? If stress shows up when you are in pain, well, stress actually fuels the pain. So the pain in the long run will become more and more and more, sometimes even in the short term. Given that all the acceptance and soothing works out, there's still one step to do. And that's giving yourself a new direction. A direction in life you want to go that really comes from your heart, that you value, that gives something like meaning and purpose in your life. And this is actually the most important step you can take. Your life's quality will increase, and that's the best sign of a good pain therapy. So as you see, it's not about low levels of pain, though I can guarantee you the sensation of pain will change dramatically if you do so. What it's all about is living a good life in accordance with your body. Hey, you didn't say anything about medication, Gideon. Well, that's right. It's not because I think medication is bad. No, not at all. I think it should be used like a crutch. It's there to lower your pain levels a little bit, so you will be able to get your things together and start living the life from your heart, doing the stuff that matters to you. So taking all this together, it's all about telling your brain it's safe, learning to relate differently to the pain, and start living a life with meaning and purpose. All the medication, physiotherapy, and so on, they will help you on the way. That's what they're for. And if a pain therapy gives you exactly this, then it's successful. Let me know down here in the comments, how do you know if pain therapy works for you? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new video. I'm happy to do a step into life with you.